ABC 24 News with weather and traffic on the ones. Good morning. It's Tuesday, January 22nd. Here's what's making headlines this morning. Parents have been camping out for days just to get a place in line to enroll their kids in optional schools. The latest is ahead.
Our journey is not complete until we find a better way to welcome the striving, hopeful immigrants who still see America as a land of opportunity.
President Obama is officially sworn in for his second term in office, and he offers a look at some of his top priorities for the next 4 years.
Kept hope. But, I mean, to think about it now and to see it come to fruition where we have a black an African-American president standing before us now and talking about unity for our whole country and the development of, liberty and justice for everyone, I am elated.
For Memphis civil rights leaders, the president's inauguration takes on a special meaning. Coming up, hear more of what they have to say. And yesterday wasn't just about traditional ceremonies. There were a few odd moments as well. Those stories and much more are straight ahead. I'm Rodney Dunnigan. The time right now is 5:01, 27 degrees outside. We begin with meteorologist David Still with your forecast on the ones. And David, I have a quick question for you.
Yes, sir.
What did you think about that jazzy music that we started?
I was liking it a lot. I was liking it a lot.
I did too.
Caught me off guard. I didn't know that was in the works.
I did that especially for you. Hundreds of MCS parents have been camped out outside the Board of Education for days. They're looking to get their hands on an optional school application. Officials will start handing them out at 6:30. 45 optional schools will operate in Memphis next year. Because of the school merger, parents throughout Shelby County can apply as well. The applications are complete with a barcode that allows them to apply online or in person.
It's worth it, though. I got a great son, very smart.
The quality of the education, the variety of classes, the teachers are wonderful.
And the school district will start accepting those applications on Friday. Now to continuing coverage on the boil water alert in Horn Lake, Mississippi. The alert affects around 12,000 Horn Lake Utilities customers between Hurt and Horn Lake roads. That includes areas of 3 schools. They're Horn Lake Middle School, Shadow Oaks Elementary School, and Horn Lake Elementary School. ABC 24's Yvette Whiteside has the latest. President Obama has officially been sworn into his second term in office. Tamon Bradley has the latest on the celebration. The time right now is 5:07, 27 degrees outside. Dozens of people took part in a parade celebrating Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday. That story coming up in just a few minutes. And some heavy hitters in sports were recognized at the Grizzlies game last night. Find out why they were honored when we come back. First, let's check the T-Dot SmartWay cameras. This is I-240 at Walnut Grove. As you can see, things are pretty dark out there this morning, but moving right along. This is the 28th year for the annual MLK Parade in downtown Memphis. Dozens of people marched to celebrate Dr. King's life and accomplishments. The parade started downtown and ended at the National Civil Rights Museum. The Memphis Grizzlies also celebrated Dr. King's life, and the team honored one of the nation's greatest athletes and civil rights activists. NFL Hall of Famer Jim Brown accepted the National Civil Rights Martin Luther King Jr. Sports Legacy Award. We spoke with him before the game. He says he doesn't believe Dr. King would be satisfied with the state of our country today.
You have the great athletes who are making all the money and getting all the glory, and we pretend that there's a certain kind of equality. No, that isn't equal. We've made great progress in a lot of areas, but I think the progress has been on the level of the elite.
The Grizz also honored NBA Hall of Fame players Patrick Ewing and Elgin Baylor at last night's game. ABC 24 News, the station giving you weather and traffic on the ones. Right now, the time is 5:17, 27 degrees outside. The death of Memphis police officer Martoya Lang left a deep wound in the city. Now, her daughters are speaking out about what a great mother she was. Hear them in their own words when we come back. And one of the top priorities for Dr. Martin Luther King was to put an end to poverty. Up next, to look at the legacy he left behind. First, let's check the T-Dot SmartWay cameras. This is I-240 at Airways. As you can see, traffic this morning moving right along. People are fired up to add gun safety in schools. Republican Senator Lee Bright of South Carolina is sponsoring a bill that would give school districts the option to create a gun course for high school students. The gun safety course would teach students how to use a gun and safety techniques. It would also include the history of the Second Amendment. Support for that plan is split, even among family members.
Like, I mean, English, spelling, math, yeah, stuff that's going to help them in life. I mean, what's guns got to do with it?
But I would definitely let my children take it. I mean, in this day and age, it's almost a necessity. It's sad to say.
Here in Tennessee, the State Wildlife Resources Agency puts together hunter education and firearms safety courses in schools, but they're electives and held after the school day. The time right now is 5:29, 27 degrees outside. Could the Nathan Bedford Forest Park be renamed? That's what one city council member is proposing. More on that when we return. And there's something about being commander-in-chief that ages a person. Find out what it is next.